Here we go then. First match with Ultimate Pool USA, and it is Cleve Thompson that's going to get us underway here at the Louisiana Shootout. 30 minutes onto the match clock, race to 6, and it is Cleve Thompson from England taking on America's Tyler Steyert. And we are underway. Simon Webb and Stephen Wyatt with you on commentary for this one. Stephen, I know we've been talking a lot. It's exciting, but we are finally live.
Yeah, good morning to everybody. Good morning, Simon. And first break, Cleve has a pretty good. He has a pretty good break here. It's He's used to shooting fast.
He's very fast out there, but obviously that's essential out here with the shootout as well. 30 seconds on the shot clock. It will cut down to 15 seconds for the final 10 minutes as well. So fast play is certainly an advantage. It's an interesting match for me because you've obviously got one of the very best in America in Tyler Steyert up against an Ultimate Pool pro, but not too much success for Cleve. The challenge for Cleve is going to be how well can he adapt to the table and the conditions, and the challenge for Tyler's going to be how well can he adapt to the rules and the shootout conditions.
The match timer is really something that you don't see anywhere else, and it's a different aspect of the game. It creates a different type of pressure, especially later on in the match, mixed with the shot clock. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how Tyler adapts to that if it comes into play.
Yeah, absolutely. The deeper into the match we go. And Cleve still in with a chance here. That 3-ball in the middle looks tricky.
Yeah, he's definitely got a tough shot there, and I don't think he got what he wanted on that shot at all. But he may be able to work with something here. He's got options. That 3-ball is definitely going to be tricky.
Yeah, he's going to have some issues. Tyler watching on, and he may well be thinking he might get a chance here in the opening rack.
I can't wait to see, once we get through this first round, we have a bunch of really great matchups coming.
Potentially, I mean, I suppose whoever gets through, you're going to have that anyway, but there are some interesting potential matchups. But Cleve has dealt with the 3-ball well there. That's come out nice.
And Tyler's going to be real lucky. He'd have to be really fortunate for Cleve to make a big mistake here for him to get to the table in the first frame. First rack, right?
Yeah, I thought it'd be me making those errors.
I said frame. I've been hanging around you guys too much.
Absolutely.
Great.
This is very good from Cleve. Be plenty of nervous energy out there, I know, for Cleve, but he's handling it very well here in the opening rack for sure.
I spoke with him a little bit yesterday. I was trying to get his take on the rack. Obviously, he has a ton of experience with this. The rack itself, the 8-ball is placed on the spot, whereas in American 8-ball, we put the 1-ball on the spot. So the break dynamic is totally different. There's also other break rules that we don't see that you guys are used to. If a scratch on the break occurs, it's behind the kitchen, but you can shoot any direction. So there's a lot of little subtle differences, but it doesn't change the game. That's a good frame.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to run you through the rules as we go through. We're playing international 8-ball rules here with Ultimate Pool USA. There are some subtle differences, but I promise you they are subtle.
Genuine and an absolute monster on the table.
Yeah, he's actually got some family here in Shreveport as well. So he's going to have some support out there.
Always good to have a few fans come to support you. Especially when you're playing one of the U.S.'s top players. Cleve probably is not a name that a lot of people that are coming here to spectate know. So to see him play, to get an opportunity for his name to get out there and to make some new fans, I'm sure he's enjoying it.
Huge moment of the match right now, though, as we're getting close to that 15-second mark. Final 10 minutes. We're at 13 minutes just under now, so crunch time for him. Get himself 2 in front once again, or are we going all square? I think it might be all square. He's handed the opportunity to Tyler.
And Tyler's definitely going to use this to his advantage. We're definitely looking at a 2-2 situation here. Cleve looked like he had the advantage big time going into the match. And Tyler's going to turn it around.
Yeah, having a look at this from Cleve, trying to make it happen again, but disaster.
Good run here by Tyler.
Yeah, perfect, really.
And that's going to move us to a 2-2 in this race to 6. Good out by Tyler. Lots of power here.
Well, the last rack that he broke, he got kicked in off. This time I think he got saved. So that's kind of give and take there, but he has the opportunity here. He's going to take the stripes as a decent layout, but 13 ball looks awkward.
Yeah, the 13 ball is not in a very good position here. Don't think that's really what he wanted either. And with the time running, Tyler's definitely going to need to make a decision here and try and make it happen.
Yeah, we've reached the point here with a minute and a half left. If Tyler doesn't get out here, and now the match is over, because Cleve can just pot himself and let that clock run down.
This is the first experience with Ultimate Pool USA. This is the equivalent of your favorite football team being down by 1 touchdown with 2 minutes left and they're at the 20-yard line. Like, this is the final sprint because clock is ticking.
Yeah, and clock management is huge, and that's a huge part of it. So absolutely, but that was a nice shot just to nudge open the 13, and now he has them open and then a chance to get us all square. We're into the final minute of the match.
9 in the side, 13 in the corner, 8.
This is the interesting decision here from Tyler, and I think he's made the decision that he's accepting the 6-ball shootout, because see how he's slowed up. He didn't want to run through those and leave a minute, because a minute's enough for Cleve. He wants to take the break and run out of Cleve's hands here and basically leave him the golden break only. Now, when you get to real expert level at clock management, you run it down so that you play your final shot, and then the cue ball's still moving, and then the buzzer goes, so Cleve doesn't even get that chance. But I don't think he's quite going to be able to. Well, he can actually.
So if the cue ball's moving,
yeah,
the clock is still ticking.
The clock keeps ticking until the cue ball stops. So this could well be the buzzer beat appearance. Keep an eye on it. There we are.
This is exciting.
It's a great break. It really is a great break, and the 6-ball shootout is all about the break. Get the split you want. He can set a good time here.
This time is going to be great. Cleve's going to be under the gun.
He could be awkward on the 2 here.
A little bit more movement than he wanted, obviously.
Yeah, don't miss is the key, and he's going to set a solid time. And that's a brilliant effort. Mid-20s. I think he'll be a little bit disappointed there. We're going to get official confirmation on the time.
Cleve has a different break than a lot of the other pros. He says he likes to go through.
It's not as good as split.
It doesn't work as good on the American-sized balls. He's going to have to hustle.
Yeah. Cue ball's doing a bit of running. He wants stop shots. He's still right in the mix here. Oh, missing's hurting him. Cleve's now under huge pressure. He's going to run out of time, you feel. Yeah, this is done. And this is what can happen.
What a showing.
And it is, what a match to start us off with. Cleve Thompson just comes up short. Tyler Starr had to do it the hard way. He has to come from behind, win the final 2 frames with only a few minutes to go, and then get it done in a 6-ball shootout. How about that? Ultimate Pool USA. That is everything we love about it.
This is a different type of big game feel.
Well, we are underway with match number 2. If you're just joining us, let me just remind you, it is 30 minutes on the match clock, a race to 6 frames. And if the match clock runs out before a player gets to 6, whatever the score is the final score. And if it's a draw, we'll see another 6-ball shootout. And this is a brilliant opening layout for Christoph. He'll take on the stripes, but these are wide open for him.
I'm definitely interested to see the 6-ball shootouts. I want to see more of them. I want to see more. It's exciting. It creates drama. It's a lot of fun to watch. Christoph not looking for the 6-ball shootout here. He's got an opportunity to take this first rack fairly easily. He has a good poise around the table as well. He looks so comfortable. Jesse maybe doesn't look as comfortable sitting in the chair. He may be a little unhappy with that, the way he's looking at it.
Yeah, might have to cross himself a couple of times here.
On the back of his shirt, it's iRobot, correct?
Yeah, iRobot.
This is, where did he get that nickname?
I honestly don't know, and I should know. I don't know. It always has been. It's
Gonna have to ask him. He has such good mechanics. He sets down on the ball the same way every time.
one thing you will notice with Christoph is that shake on the shot. You know, it almost looks like intensity across his face, but it doesn't harm him at all.
He has such a smooth transition there on the contact to the cue ball. It looks phenomenal the way he shoots that, and maybe a little bit further away on the 8-ball than he wanted to be, but he is going to shoot the 8-ball in the bottom left. And we have our first rack to Christoph Lambert.
Yeah, it did get the 8-ball moving, but it was okay, but not the cue ball.
And a little bit on these rules here, so there is one big difference between American Pool
Huge, yeah.
and Ultimate Pool. So it is in the kitchen. You must place the cue ball in the kitchen. However, you can shoot in any direction, which it's not quite ball in hand, but it does give a little bit more freedom for the player. And that's a good shot right there, just falling it in.
Yeah, lovely. It means you can continue the visit because you make both.
Christoph playing at a faster pace here.
I'll tell you, he's playing faster than I've seen him play before. He's certainly playing with an awful lot more speed.
Well, and it's not affecting him a whole lot.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Needed a good kiss there, and he got one. And simple job left of making it 4-0.
At the beginning of that, we had 22 minutes left, and now we're just barely under 21. So a very, very quick rack there. 8-ball moving again. A big break here, but he needs that ball to drop. Oh, wow. And it just held up. This is what Jesse needed here, an opportunity.
Yeah, and he has to take this. You can still turn it around from here. Okay, yes, it's a tough ask at 4-0 down, but Christoph's played so quickly that there is time in the match. You have to take the next finish, though.
And this is a situation where he really needs to... Okay, he shot that ball good.
I'm not sure did he want to make both? He's got a problem with the 7-ball. He needs to deal with.
I think it would have been easier to take the stripes with the follow-up on the 14, but Jesse's got a plan. I'm not going to doubt it.
Okay, trying to move the 7 here, and beautiful. I think he's okay.
It's a great shot here.
Yeah, and now he can get out. It's going to be interesting when he plays the 2. Is where's he going after? When does he play it? Because obviously it's guarded. There's plenty of room to get to it, but not easy to get back out.
Yeah, I think he almost has to play a rail first and kind of kiss into that 14 afterwards to hold on that side. It's very tricky. Very, very tricky. And he's put himself into a position here that's not good. I don't think the cue ball squeezes past that 14 this direction, but we'll know for sure very shortly.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul, isn't it? No, not called. Just my eyesight then. Thought that was the 14 first, but obviously not.
Well, and Jesse, nonetheless, playing on. He's got a 1 ball and an 8 ball to get himself on the board. Very important shot here.
He's done well. For a couple of shots in this visit, it felt like he wasn't going to get out, but he's got himself to the 8, and he's got himself on the board here. You know, Louisiana Open gets underway tomorrow. We still have spaces available.
I'm going to sign up. I'm going to sign up before the entrance close.
I happen to know you're already in the draw.
Well, and Jesse here taking his opportunity.
And he's taken it quite quickly as well. There's no hanging about here. I know it's 15 seconds a shot, but he's not using the full 15 because he's obviously conscious of needing time left on the... Oh, no. Oh, I was about to say he needed time on the clock to get the next frame, which he has plenty of, but he might not get this one.
So here's a big difference here with American Pool. Normally you'd have to call the 8 ball. Jesse's going to soft kick that ball. In that situation with these rules not having to call it, I think I would have fired it. Give it some speed. Maybe it goes in the side.
I thought that was one that I expected him to get it pretty close to making that in the corner, to be honest.
I think the clock got him a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. You don't
rush.
quite have time to... Yeah, absolutely. But that... Well, he's going to be distraught, really, because that was 5-4. He'd done all the hard work. 5-4, and he has the break as well. It was huge, you know. And, well, now we're in... Christophe Lambert can just run this out for the match.
And Christophe's got to be feeling a little fortunate there because this was not a guaranteed win for him at this point.
No, a little edgy getting over the line, but he has got over the line. The French phenom, iRobot Christophe Lambert gets the second match on the board. Local favourite Jesse Moore gave it a good run, too far behind and couldn't pull it back.
Chris with a little bit less of a power break and a bad kiss. And the cue ball goes down. Ball in hand for Roberto. It is in the kitchen, but he can shoot any way he chooses. And the stripes here really look good.
Yeah, this should be an opportunity that he's been looking for to get that first frame on the board. These are, or first rack on the board, I should say. They are all there.
And Roberto, as he's walking around the table, he's just kind of got this smirk, like he's just having a good time.
Yeah, you get the sense of him being that little bit of a joker, even when he's out there playing.
Absolutely. And he loves to have fun with the crowd. I promise you, even if we haven't seen it yet, he's talking with the crowd. He's having a good time with it. And right now he's having a good time with this rack here. Just 3 more balls to clear, an 8 ball, and he can change that 0 to a 1. Roberto shooting pretty quickly. Good pace. And so finally, when somebody comes off the board, they call it the skunk is off. It's now 2-1, Roberto Gomez.
I like that.
Reinhold with an opportunity here. I don't see any big issues other than the 3 ball being on the rail, which is not going to come into play a whole lot, I don't think.
He's got great connections to it. I think this is probably the best layout we've seen all day long.
And it's very possible that within the next 2 minutes, we're going to be looking at 3-3. A quick comeback from that missed kick on the 8 ball is definitely what Chris wanted. I don't necessarily love going past this side pocket here, but he saw the opportunity to shoot and he did it well, so can't fault him there. And shooting pretty quickly.
Yeah, maybe conscious of the clock as well.
He made very, very quick work of this rack.
It was a lovely layout.
Well, and we'll see how big of a challenge it is here for Roberto. He's going to break off just one game away from advancing in this Louisiana shootout. Big break. Cue ball got kissed 9 times. It touched everything, but he made a ball and he has an opportunity. The 15 and the 9 in that cluster up there are not great. The 2 and the 3, there's some work to be done no matter which suit you take. So it's really just how he decides, and his shot clock is running down.
I think in the solids look better to me, but does he have an opener? I don't think so.
And not the best one, for sure.
So it may, makes a ball. He probably thinks, well, great opportunity here then to go and run it out for the match, but it's got a lot of work. So Chris will have some hope that he's going to get back to the table here, especially with this being the first kind of real visit for Roberto at 15 seconds a shot.
And did it come into play there? Almost. Roberto is real good at smoothing that ball into the pocket, using all of the rail. And there's that opportunity for the breakout. He's going to have to do it again for the 15. And he got it. And his pace is really picking up. Really, really fast pace for Roberto. All of a sudden. Oh. He came out okay. Yeah, and there's not much that can be done here. It looks like Roberto is going to move on.
For the second time in the match, he's going to run 3 straight to get himself to the mark. And he is the winner. Roberto Gomez defeats Chris Reinhold, and he gets himself into the quarterfinals. A very entertaining match.
I've played in this situation, being up 4-1 with 9 minutes left. And how quickly my opponent was able to turn it around on me.
Yeah,
and put me in a situation where the 6-ball shootout was very, very possible. Luckily, I snuck away. But it's always fun to see how that match timer works out.
It's always fun to watch Jeff DeLuna break.
Absolutely. I'm sure we'll be able to get some really, really good footage of that jump he has.
He gives it everything. It really does.
And yet still has the ability to have somewhat control on the cue ball. Not many players out there can put that oomph in there and still keep the cue ball on the table most of the time.
Yeah, he's got a good layout from it as well.
Really only... It's the 8 ball's a little tough. Does it go in the side?
It goes in the side. It's just which ball are you're connecting to it, but it shouldn't be too much of a challenge to get there.
I think he'd have to want to try and play the 2 ball last to just be able to roll down to the bottom side of the table to shoot the 8 in the side, but he might not have that opportunity.
Well, I'm just wondering if the 2 goes in the side itself, then that might be the best connection to it. Just use the 6 to drop on it, and then your natural shape is on the 8.
That's very possible as well, yeah. He didn't play up like I thought he would, so maybe he plays the 2 here, and he uses the 6 or the 5 to get to the 8 ball.
I feel like it just makes the 15 play a little bit big, but he's got plenty of room both sides of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's going to get the opportunity here to just maybe, not as much angle on the 6 ball, and he could maybe even stop the ball and cut the 8 in the side. Let's see if he prefers to stop it or just to move forward. Yeah. Well, good shot there by Jeff DeLuna. And again, a little bit of deja vu here. It seems like everybody's jumping out to that 2-0 lead. Or if he just tries to keep it simple. There we go. Maybe wanted a little bit more angle than that. or a different angle.
Yeah, going into it though, he's not guaranteed, is he, to be on it?
And he's almost going into the 8-ball here, it looks like. So it's kind of hard to get over and get that 15 ball to move. He's going to have to put a little draw on it. Just give him an opportunity.
Yeah, and it's not happening. It is not happening. Another one that could be getting away from Justin here.
And this is just a series of unfortunate events for Justin Espinoza.
Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, no. Cue ball flies in. I thought for a second he'd found a way to make the 7, but...
We were both ready for that 7 ball to drop.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, neither one of us were ready for the cue ball to drop.
My eyes were all over the 7 here. I thought it was going to find its way, but it's the cue ball, which very unfortunate to find its way. But with the 7 not going in, essentially he was going to lose the frame off it anyway. Be a major surprise not to see Jeff clear up here.
Just made it a little easier with the ball in hand. Shouldn't have any issues here. Is taking his time though. Can't fault him for that.
At 4-0 up, he has the time. No need to rush. We only just reached the halfway point in the match clock.
Looking at 5-0 and just under 15 minutes. Well, we could be looking at being way ahead of schedule for this.
Yeah, this is flying along.
Louisiana Shootout, 16 players, 15 matches, 1 champion. And Jeff DeLuna well on his way to moving a little closer to becoming that champion. It's 5-0 here.
That's your task. But all comeback start with the first frame, and he has an opportunity for that, and it's actually a good one. These are all there.
And he's looking at the 9 ball here.
Can I shoot this way? Yes.
Justin not used to being able to shoot backwards in the kitchen.
Yeah, I think that's the smile on his face. That's to call his extension. I forgot his chalk, I think, is the problem.
And he's just looking here. He didn't want to take the stripes because of the 9 ball. And he says, oh, I can shoot this way. A little bump on the 8 ball, but it's not going to hurt him.
No, I was wondering because the the solids look so good to me right from the start. And he was looking for some options.
Yeah, again, those are just some of those little subtle changes.
Makes a world of difference, though, at times.
It's not a whole lot that we're not used to. You know, we all play ball in the kitchen on the break, on a scratch. We're just normally not able to shoot in from the kitchen, or like, I guess the word is shooting inside the kitchen. You usually have to shoot outside. So a little different here, but again, Justin was able to figure it out. He was able to make the shot, and he's on the verge of putting a 1 on the board.
That looks a little awkward to me.
Justin, I think, was trying to bump that 8 ball, or maybe he wasn't, but he got very, very close to it and got kind of a weird angle on the 7 ball. And the clock is getting the best of him. You can tell by his reaction there. Checking the clock, figuring out how he wants to take the shot on.
Well, does it go?
I think it does.
Well, the reaction tells me it doesn't. Not happy with it.
It looks like it might go, but I think the play here is simply to try and jaw it in the pocket. Try and jaw it in the pocket. That 13 ball is really in a tough spot. If it doesn't go...
But at 5-0 down, it would kill too much of the match clock. If he doesn't make it, he's in trouble.
Oh, there we go.
But make it, he has. That was an excellent 8 ball.
And the skunk is off again. It's 5-1. I'm not a huge fan of that, but if it works out for him, then it works out for him.
Yeah, I just wondered if he could have just used the pocket a little bit more. Maybe played it a touch thinner and just dropped it in, and he might have just grazed it rather than having to go into it in the way he did, and that would have held him in good shape.
That's kind of the way I felt about it. But again, you know, when you have that shot clock and everything else on the pressure-wise, you know, maybe he just didn't feel like he had enough time to think about that, to figure that situation out.
We are in the final 10 minutes, so this is his last shot, not at 15 seconds a shot, and he had to use extension for it. So this is where it's going to get interesting.
And you see him there, he's very, very aware of the shot clock. Don't do it to him. He's got a very, very thin cut on the 5 ball into the side pocket. He could actually bank this ball as well. I think it just goes through the 14-15. Oh no.
It did go, he hit that quite thick.
Yeah, he definitely had the room to cut it in the side. I think the clock just got him. And Jeff DeLuna here, his first taste of the 15-second shot clock.
Much easier task, though, when you've got a nice open table and all you need to do is roll them in at 15 seconds a shot than having to work out a tricky pattern that Justin had.
And he's taking the toughest part of it right now, this combination. Everything else is a little tic-tac-toe. The story of this one, Justin Espinoza, few opportunities, unfortunately unable to capitalize on all of them, has put him down 5-1, and it's looking like it's going to be the end of the match. 6-1, Jeff DeLuna. He just needs to pocket this 9 and drop the 8 for the win.
He's been very solid in this match. Hasn't put a foot wrong.
He may be the player to beat in this.
Yeah, he's looked so good out there. And, yeah, all but flawless from Jeff DeLuna.
Kind of landed in Never Never Land. Oh, he's calling the 10 ball. What a shot this would be. Just shave the 15, play the 2 into the 10.
That's good effort, but it's not going to be. But it has tied everything up. What I like is that he's still calling the shots. You don't need to with international 8-ball rules, but old habits die hard. And
it's true.
And it's always good as a commentator when the players tell you what they're trying to do.
That is very true. Excuse me. That ball's got to go.
He's a long way short here.
He is. Does have the 3-2 combo. But that's just going to push the 3 into a little bit of traffic. So you've got to be careful.
If he could have got up to the 2 clean, though, it would have probably been pretty simple.
Yeah.
Because now,
look out.
It leaves the 1 in trouble.
And now the 3 also in trouble.
Yeah.
Could go rail first behind the 8 if he chooses, just for the hit. But then again, what do you do with the 1?
It's the first opening frame we've seen like this in the tournament, where both players are just struggling to get a rhythm going. Sometimes it's the layout, but also there's been a couple of mistakes out there as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, they could be coming from an event where they're playing on a 9-foot, so you've got to reacclimate back down to the 7. Eight ball still a little tricky. Shouldn't be any issue here for Corey, though. Of course, I said that already in the opener.
Yeah, he still needs to deal with the 8-ball, but he should be okay on it.
Yeah, he might have come down just a little funny on that 14, though. Might bring the 3 into play. No, he hit it perfect.
And finally, the opening frame is on the board. Just over the 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes or so for that one. The more you can kind of keep as much on as possible. And this frame might not. This may take a bit of the clock away as well, now they've not opened up.
Yeah. Now, whether that was intentional or not, because Corey did utilize the second ball break. He didn't go head ball.
Yeah.
right? And when you take the shot at that second ball break, typically they're going to cluster up like this. So maybe Corey playing a little bit of strategy pool.
Maybe get yourself the lead and hold on.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a long way to go, but yeah, I mean, maybe he feels he can just outthink.
Well, if there's anybody in pool that has that brain, it is this gentleman right here, Mr. Corey Deuel. Tricky little run out here, though. Open up the 4-ball here. Left himself tough forward of that left side pocket.
Could be a frame winner, though.
It very well could be.
But it
Doesn't
fall.
Doesn't quite have the pace.
And that leaves it wide open here for Shane just to respond now, and his opportunity. He missed a couple in the opening frame. His real clean opportunity this time just to run these out, get a frame on the board and settle in.
Yeah, I think this will be a tie ball game. Nothing really to do here.
Yeah, all good. Connections are good and fairly simple stuff. Still got to make sure, though, and especially when you're not got a frame on the board in the tournament yet, just to get your feel.
Well, this is the key shot right here, is to get onto that 9-ball, because you don't want to play underneath the 8, or at least I wouldn't. I would just draw, play the 8 to the, I guess depending on which camera we're on, the bottom left corner. Nice little touch draw off the rail here. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, very smooth, very quick, very nice, and he's now up and running and on the board.
Because I don't think that side pocket is open for the bank. Yeah, just nice and smooth. Leave yourself a tough cut. And I say tough because for my level of play, this is always tough. But
He's overdone it.
yeah,
It was tough. I didn't expect him to make that mistake, actually. I know what you were saying, it's far from guaranteed, but the way he'd gone about it, the fact he's a couple of frames in now, and
well, I think it was more the opening shot that kind of made that determination, right? To try to take that back cut when he was looking at that combo, to have to back cut 13 into 7, I think would have obviously presented more of a challenge than perhaps what the straight cut on 13 did. But Corey will lick his chops and come on in and clean up.
yeah, for the third time in the match.
Staying true to form, these guys.
Yeah, can't win a frame on their own break. Maybe the first player that does is still a little bit of a march in this one.
Right. And Corey's kind of picked up his pace. Maybe he's starting to acclimate a little bit. He's picked up his pace in this back half. Well, we'll see if Shane can capitalize here. I would suspect he would. Obviously, the 6 and 2 are a little bit tricky. Does the 2 pass 13? Or is he going to take the 6 right now? Nudge that 2 past the 13. He's always going to be on the 4-ball.
Yeah, it's worked this out nicely, isn't he?
Yeah, really.
Well, I thought he was just going to slowly, gently just brush it forward.
Yeah.
He kind of went into it a bit more force than I was expecting.
A little more aggressive than I think what was required.
All of a sudden, this is a very challenging shot.
Well, and even potting the 4, the shape on the 2, a lot of felt in between, but he's dead on.
Yeah,
I would suspect nothing here to do. The hit and stick, no problem.
This is an incredible match. Neither player can win a frame off their own break. Just keeps happening.
Tell me.
He can't be.
Come on.
He can't be.
He's got to have that window to the 8.
No, he's under.
Oh, my
He's
word.
got to swerve it. This isn't just incredible. A player cannot win a frame on their own break. I mean, that was wide open done.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yep. Well, we'll see the draw across top left-hand side rail back over.
Yeah, and now the clock is very much in play because it's
Yeah,
so
it sure
important to win the frame. I mean, we're under the 2-minute mark all of a sudden.
Well, that's, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And this is going to put Corey in huge driving
Oh,
speed.
yeah.
Especially with the way this is now where he really should be taking the break that he's been doing.
100%.
Because just make it horrible.
100%.
Yeah.
This will be the strategy. Second ball.
It's one of the most intense kind of pressure-filled environments you can ever play pool in.
I can't wait to see that kind of stuff eventually over here. I'm sure that's the goal, is to just do it the same way everywhere, bring it as much as we can. And Tony with a big break here. Cue ball stayed in the center of the table, which is always a good spot for it to be, especially in 8-ball. He got a little trouble over there in that corner, though, and he just tried to move him. I don't think the 2-ball has a spot yet. He's going to have to move that 12-ball.
Yeah, it's not really separated enough, is it? As good as the break was, it didn't really open up very well for him, and that could have done with a bit more pace into that breakout shot.
And this is a close one. Caught the rail. So, really, first a little bit of safety play here. I don't think we've seen much else of a safety battle.
Yeah, hardly any.
Yeah.
We've seen a few mistakes here and there that have been punished, but nothing that's ended up in a safety. Although Shane may want nothing to do with it because he's got an opportunity to break out his bad ball here and then a chance to go.
Well, and that was a tough miss there. If he makes that ball, he's got an opportunity to really clean up the table. But
Surprising miss as well. It wasn't too challenging a pot for him.
and he kind of rushed it a little bit, I think. He shot really fast. You tell me if that's standard for him.
I think he would maybe take a few seconds longer, but I think he is conscious of, it being shootout pool. Like we say, we're now over 6 minutes in, and we're only one frame down.
He knows that first rack went
Yeah.
long. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is where the creativeness of Tony Chohan will come in. Unfortunately, it did not work out for him there. And Shane, after a really just uncommon miss, is going to get back to the table with ball in hand. And that was the most important shot of it. And now he's got the opportunity to just kind of work his way through this rack. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, just a case of when do you go up for the 14. He'd love to be playing it next, but I don't think he'll risk that. Well, he might, by the way, he's queuing up for it.
He's definitely queuing low.
Yeah, just needs to get by. Yeah.
It grew legs.
It was nice. That was the key, because if he gets on that ball, then it's natural patterns. That's why I thought he would try and get up there for it, but I wondered whether he'd worry about getting the 7 or past the 7. Shane is one of those players. He does have perfect patterns out there. He's so often he's in position. When he was winning all those titles, he was absolutely right behind every single shot. The cue ball's not moving. He made the game look like it was easy.
And Shane's actually who I was speaking to. I went back and thought about it, about the reds and the yellows and the solids and the stripes. And he's the one that said, it's a little bit more difficult to find my pattern. So definitely a little bit of learning from both sets of players, American table, American balls, but mostly European game style. It's really cool to see the mesh. And Tony's just itching to get out of his chair again.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be in this frame. Shane in perfect shape. to make it 2-0.
Great shot. 8-ball down with just under 21 minutes.
Yeah, fairly slow opening couple of frames.
Great shot there. Maybe he wanted to come out for the 9-ball a little bit more, but he's still got options.
Yeah, May wanted to get rid of the 9 first, but it's not terrible being the last ball, especially using the 15 to get there. I think that just gives him a nice access to the window he's after.
And now he's going to take the 15 so he can take the 9-ball last, and he's just got to really make sure that he doesn't get any bad bumps or kisses on the 6-ball or get behind the 5-ball. Sorry, orange. I'm losing my mind over here, Simon.
He's going to be behind it. He knew it straight away. There you go.
Yeah, and he was a little quick on that. He took a long time to look at it, and then he got down and he just kind of popped it. So maybe that's the error right there. And Tony, I'm sure, is licking his chops at the opportunity to get at the table.
I'm a little bit surprised he's gone side rail there. I thought he'd come off the bottom rail and try and make it top left, just because it felt like there was a bigger margin on the shot. But anyway, chance has gone for Shane Thompson, and this is exactly what Tony needed. He needed a really nice route into this match.
And he just can't take it for granted. He's got to get out here. He's got to give every shot his full attention and get on the board. And all of a sudden here, Tony winning this rack, we're looking at under 12 minutes on the match timer and only a 3-game spread. This could get very competitive very quickly.
It's important that Tony builds on that, though. He's getting that one. It's great. It's a gift from Shane Thompson, and it's a gift that's put him in the match. Shane would have felt like he should be 5-0 here.
And very, very humble, very nice person.
He's got a big shot coming up again. Getting onto the 8 isn't going to be straightforward here.
He wanted a little bit of angle, and he's got a little, but I don't know if he's got a lot.
Yeah, what's he got for us here?
He's got to just be going forward as he's drawing back. Nice little drawback shot. Is he going to take it to the side?
Yeah. Not much there, though. This is tough.
It's definitely thin. Got a little bit of a two-way shot. If he misses, he's going to be below the 4, I'm sure.
Oh, and it goes, though.
Yeah.
Tells me he has landed. This is perfect for Shane.
And he had to give it a little bit of twirl, but wow, look at how he ended up.
Yeah, that's a result for T-Rex for sure.
Yeah, he got a roll when he needed one. That's absolutely what he needed.
And that's rare in pool.
Yeah.
Very rarely get one when you need one.
And Shane Thompson says, watch this.
Yeah, brilliant pop.
Great shot.
He gives him another opportunity to get this match done.
And with less than 7 minutes left, Shane is looking to clean up right here. And wow, got a nice little kiss there. The match timer is not going to come into play here, I don't think, guys.
No, we're at 15 seconds a shot, but we're not going to get close to the end if Shane clears these up now.
Well, and this was a great performance by Shane Thompson. Tony Chohan, unfortunately, not able to get as many opportunities as he would have liked. But I'm excited to see how he plays it in the future.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from Shane Thompson. Just the one mistake in the match, really. And everything else he took out very nicely indeed. But he was gifted a few from Tony.
I like the 8 on the spot. that's a good format. Changes it up a lot. Obviously, the shot clock makes things interesting. And yeah, I'm just going to try and adjust the best I can after every game, really.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun seeing how players that have played this afternoon, how it goes this, in the evening session as well, and as we go on into the semi-finals and final. We are underway here with Chris Melling, makes nothing off the break, and another 30 minutes on the match clock. Race to 6, and it is Jonathan Hennessy with the first opportunity here.
Yeah, I know Chris is a favorite in this match, but he might not be as big of a favorite as people think, because Hennessy's a very, very good bar table player. This is, bread and butter for him, so we'll see what happens, but I think it's going to be closer than a lot of people think it will be.
Yeah, and I think Chris has been here for many, many years. They have got previous, and they know each other. When Chris heard the draw, he's fully aware of what's ahead here.
That was a good shot. See how he didn't bump the 2 in front of the 13. That was really important, so I think he should get out here. Still has to have a good white, but should get out. Ooh, thought he would roll that ball. Surprised he played it so hard. He's got the 11 though.
Yeah, he's just okay. It could have been a lot worse.
Ooh, overcut it. Chris was saying earlier how the venue's a little bit chilly. He was saying that in the bathroom just about 5 minutes ago, so got to keep the AC on in order to keep the humidity out of the room, though, or else the tables will play bad. So that is a factor, especially in the beginning of a match when both players come in a little bit cold.
Just trying to get a feel for the table out there as well, and
of course,
and just get used to those conditions.
Good shot. I'm curious what he's going to do with that 13 ball.
Yeah, he's got some issues at the top.
He can play the 2 off of it, but if he hits it hard, he could miss the 2. So maybe use the 6 to go into something here.
One of the most creative players.
Yeah, he's fantastic, isn't he?
He's so good.
It's unbelievable.
Some of the stuff he comes up with is quite incredible.
I'm not sure if I've seen a safety played the whole tournament yet, but
I think we've seen
might.
Well, I've commentated on every match, and I think we've seen one.
Okay.
So
you might this game. It depends on this shot right here. Okay, he did get it out far enough. Great shot. Probably bump the 4 here. He has guaranteed shape on the 6 in the side. Okay.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, I think bumping the 4 there is the correct play for sure. Good shot.
Yeah, it's not going to make a difference, though. Been a good first visit to the table, this, for Chris. Obviously gifted the opportunity thanks to that miss from Jonathan, but they weren't exactly lying easy for him, and he's made pretty light work of it. We hit them good.
Yeah, he did.
Really good.
Alright, 9 ball's a little bit funny, but he can use the 14 to get on the 9. We should see a tie ball game after this run out.
Yeah, coming down to look at it, as you say. Got to be interested to see when we get another 10 minutes or so into this match how the 15 seconds is going to affect Jonathan, because he is a player, I think, that wants to spend a bit more time studying and working things out.
Yeah.
You just don't get that opportunity.
Yeah, what do you guys say? He's a plotter.
He's a plotter.
That's what you guys call him, right? Takes his time, make sure he's super precise. Ooh, that was careless for sure. I don't know what. Was he trying to kind of get between the 2 and the 8 there and play the 12 in the bottom right? That was just like, Made a good shot there, though. Play the 11, use the 6 ball to stop your cue ball. Roll the 14 in, 9 up in the corner. Oh, he's going to use the 11 for last.
This is a surprise for me. I'm with you on this, the way.
Yeah. Yeah. See what the slippery table.
So if you go the other way around, you're just dropping it into the corner, aren't you? And you're just
Yeah.
naturally in shape.
But on that shot, he didn't mean to draw back.
No,
that
I know,
far.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what a lot of viewers at home don't realize about the slippery table. You know, you go to hit a stop shot and the ball draws back 2 diamonds like you just saw there. It's not easy to play on that table.
Oh, wow, what a shot, though.
Look at this. All right, let's see Chris's face. Let's see if we can get a look at Chris's face after this 8 ball goes in. You might get an eyebrow raise or something out of him.
He's pretty good in his chair, to be honest. He very rarely gives much away.
You know, 4 or 5 minutes is a little bit longer than what you think it would be.
Okay, well, I was going to say the tactical play's over. It's not. It hasn't really worked out for Chris. But at least he has his set now.
Okay. Here, he could play the 4 and break out the 6, and then use the 2 or the 3 to break out the 5. I think you have to break out the 6 right now.
And he's on it. That's
Yeah,
nice.
So get a good angle on the 2. It's a bit weird, though.
Yeah, he looks a little high here. He does have a touch of angle, but not a massive amount.
Yeah, you definitely needed more speed. Definitely needed more speed on that shot. I don't think he can make the 5 off the 12 either, so...
He's got to make his mind up.
It's a smart shot.
You feel right now, though, this match is in Jonathan's hands.
Yeah, I mean, I think you roll the 13 in, shoot the 14, or the 15, use the 14 to bump the 5 out of there, and then it's over. Oh, the clock got John. I think he forgot about the clock a little bit after sitting down for a while.
Just got there in time.
Tell you what, I feel like he's favorite to make this bowl.
He makes a high percentage, and this is an easier one than he's attempted many times before.
Yeah.
Just Chris Melling standard.
Bingo.
And we are back all square. Missed opportunity, and absolutely right. The clock is it's really caught Jonathan there. He's run out of time to and just had to play something.
Alright, let's see the speed here.
Oh, 8 ball.
Oh my
wow.
God.
We haven't had one yet today. That's the closest we've been.
See, I don't know why he's breaking off from the side over there. I mean, I had a lot of success breaking right down the middle. I don't know if I dry broke once, so...
Oh, Chris just has to be careful here, mind his work. Doesn't necessarily have to run out, he just has to get that clock down far enough. There'll be no reply from Jonathan.
2 minutes left.
Yeah, it's right in that awkward spot that he's got to get pretty deep, if not clear up here, otherwise Jonathan will have time.
Yeah, here I think you just try to take 15 seconds on every shot and just, 7 shots times 15 seconds is kind of do the math. It's a little weird. I think he wanted a shot on the 14. Does he have one? I don't think he does.
No, he's got to come down the table.
Yeah. Ooh.
Here we go
Alright.
then.
Minute 20. See what he can do. That 8 ball's saving him, though. I might shoot the 3 ball right now. Just fire at the 6. He's got to move quicker than what he's doing right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're just about a minute now. even if this was open, he'd be struggling for pace at this rate.
Leave an angle on the 3, go into the 6, just hope you don't make the 8. I think is he going to shoot the 5 here? Nope, shit. He is shooting the 3.
Okay.
Oh, he's got a chance. He better hurry up.
Yeah, this is okay. Time-wise, he's okay.
Ooh, he did not want a double kiss there. Now he's he's shaking his head. He's in a tough spot now. I don't know if he can shorten the bank on these conditions. That should be all.
Yeah, 20 seconds left. He's not even going to let Chris play another shot. Great match. Both players put together some tough finishes, but took it all the way to the wire. Yeah,
he had a chance.
Tyler, thanks for joining us on commentary. Always great to hear from you. Good luck when we see you out there in the quarterfinals.
And with the clock being so much further down, this is a good opportunity right here for Jacob to tie it up 1-1. It's not going to take a whole lot of time off the clock, but he will be able to tie it up.
Yeah, interesting for Darren to go the same way on the break as well. And if both players are going to do that, we haven't seen too many great leaves from it.
And Corey was playing the sideball break.
He changed. He did, half the time he did, half the time he didn't. And
oh no!
Oh, is he going to get away with it? Yes, he is.
He did get away with it.
Although it wasn't the greatest cue ball.
When it rains, it pours sometimes, but he snuck out with that one. He's got a shot on the 15 here. Does the 11... It looks like the 11 can be gone past the point. Oh, what a good shot there. Playing the carom off the 12.
And that's changed this rack completely.
And Jacob really played a good shot there to give himself an opportunity. And that's all he was looking for, was just the opportunity. Nice control.
Yeah, and the work is done. That was such a good shot, and it came out. Couldn't have come out any better for him. But still want to go through and make sure, and he's going to do that.
Yeah, the simplicity of every shot after the tough carom is what got Jake that rack, and he ties it up 1-1. Dynamite and the Kid going blow for blow with 20 minutes left in the match. There's a possibility of it going in off the 10. It's a tough shot. You obviously want a better opportunity than that, but it may be what he has to take.
Yeah, didn't even think that would be an option, but he's played for it, so must be fairly comfortable with it.
And at the end all be all, if he misses, he's blocked a pocket. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a bit of a wide. Didn't get particularly close to that one.
I believe the shot clock got a hold of him there.
Yeah.
He went down very quickly when the beeps came in. And Darren not gonna ease up now.
He's not left the best of angles here. Got any angle to get out at all? He's not going to try and do too much.
The 9 ball here opens up the 11. In a world where nothing goes wrong, this should be 4-1 for Dynamite Darren Appleton.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's putting too much attention on the match clock here. He's just going through the run out. 3 frames in front. He's going to be 7 minutes or thereabouts on the clock. It's a really strong place to be, but certainly would see other players maybe run that down to 6.5, maybe even a touch more than that.
Well, and you know, we've seen 8 matches now. We've only seen the time clock come into play on 2 of them, and possibly on this one. So 3. I mean, that's a pretty good average there.
2 minutes 51 seconds away, and very nearly our first golden break of the day. but he has the opportunity at the table anyway.
And this is where, with 2 minutes and 45 seconds, you're just drifting the ball into the hole every 13 seconds.
Again, I don't think Darren's going to think like that, though. I mean, I agree with you. I think it's what you should do, but
I think we're at the point where I don't know if Jacob could run that many racks. Even with the golden break opportunity, I don't think Jacob can run what he needs 3 in 2 minutes.
So he'd need Darren to miss in the next minute. Then he'd need a ultra quick clearance, then a golden break, and then he'd need a miracle. I'm with you 100%. It's not going to happen here. It doesn't really matter if Darren gets out or not.
But if you have followed the Ultimate Pool Facebook page, you've seen the videos. You've seen these guys make crazy clearances in crazy amounts of time. So let's not. I guess we can never count it out.
Never
really.
rule it out, because you've got the golden duck as well, but it's just so unlikely. But you can just never know in this game. But Darren's still going here, and he's still in decent shape.
And Darren's pace is not. It's not super fast, and it's not super slow. He's just kind of
just his normal match pace, I think.
Absolutely. Well, this has been fun to watch. Again, Jacob with several opportunities. Maybe not the best opportunities, but he's done good with what he's had. The match timer he ran out of time.
Oh, Darren's going to try and beat the clock here, but he's just about has a shot on the 8 ball. Not a great one.
We're going to see him cut this. What a good shot.
In it goes, so he's going to beat the clock. Darren Appleton does book a matchup in the quarterfinals with Chris Melling. A good showing from Jacob Watson, but just too many got away from him. But it is dynamite Darren Appleton that marches on to the quarterfinal. He's taking on the French superstar Christophe Lambert, and we are underway. Simon Webb and Collins Newey's with you for this one. Collins, I know you weren't here this afternoon, but great to have you here this evening. So much excitement. How much are you looking forward to this, and how much did you get to see?
So I was traveling all day, pardon me, but I did pick up as much as I could of the stream when I wasn't in the air, and I am super impressed with not only the quality of the coverage, but this is the first time that I've followed this format, the Ultimate Pool format, like in depth through an event, and I find it really entertaining.
There's something about the match clock that just creates drama.
Yeah, it's interesting, and just kind of seeing how some of these guys that maybe haven't played it as much are weeding their way through it. So Tyler Steyer, for instance, this is, I think, the first time he's played in one of these events.
It certainly is, yeah.
Yeah, and I've interacted with him a fair amount off the table, and so just kind of seeing, like, I know how he deals with problems, you know what I mean, like, and so it's interesting to see how he's working through the format, and it seems like, at least in the first match, things went pretty well.
Yeah, it took a while to get going. Obviously, he was chasing his tail pretty much the whole match. So Cleve Thompson got off to a flyer, but got over the line in that 6-ball shootout. And here he is up against Christophe Lambert, who was brilliant. Got off to a flying start in his last 16 match, but he's going to have to sit in his chair. Mistake straight away from Christophe, and what an opportunity this for Tyler to get off to the quick start.
Yeah, heck of a spread of the balls here. It's once you get through the first couple shots here and make your decision with the pattern, it should be pretty routine to get out here, I would think. Obviously, the problem here, or if you can even call it a problem for a guy of Tyler Steyer's level, is the 4-ball, kind of mildly covered by the 7 on the rail there. But everything else is accessible from the middle of the table. 7-ball in a decent spot there. After coming into contact with it, he should be able to access it again. It would have been really bad if it got real close to that point, but it turned out pretty good there.
Maybe would have liked an extra couple of turns on it just to get it a bit more over the middle, but
yeah, that would have been nice.
In an ideal world.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what we do as pool players, right? Is we're constantly solving problems. So
yeah, and from the commentary box, I spend my time kind of looking for the problems. So
that's right. Yeah.
It's a bit touch short on this one as well.
Yeah, it looks like the 3 does pass the 11. I mean, it looks like half a pocket, but let's see if he decides to swing the cue ball at all here. And he does.
He's still by it, just about.
Yeah, it looks pretty doable from here. So familiarize me a little bit more with. I know that and we've probably gone over this a bit throughout the day, but some of the subtle differences between traditional, like American pool, like 8-ball pool, and the international 8-ball rules. 8 on the snap counts.
Yeah, only in certain tournaments.
Okay.
So it's a tournament rule. It's not part of international 8-ball rules. So it's for certain tournaments like the Shootout.
Sure.
It won't be in play in the Louisiana Open. It's just in play in the Louisiana Shootout. But they're very minor differences. Some of them make bigger differences than others that we'll cover as we go through when they crop up through the tournament. But one of the, I guess, what we've seen so far, 8-ball gets wrapped on the spot, which is new, and I know that's something that Tyler really likes. He really embraced that when he played his first match.
Okay.
But there's a few, but they're all subtle. They're all that sort of level. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Tyler's gone about this pretty well, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's simple 8-ball for him. And he is up and running. It took him a while to get going in his match this afternoon. Shake of the head, not happy with the pattern he put together.
Kind of losing the cue ball again. It's ending up on the short rail. Does he make a ball? No ball down. And kind of lucky, honestly, for Christoph here, with the 6-ball laying up right over the corner pocket next to the cue ball, giving him basic, full freedom to get almost anywhere on the table with the cue ball.
And he would always take solids with that layout as well, so it's just ideal.
Yeah. Unlucky time for Tyler to come up dry.
Not the best first shots, though, from Christoph. I'm not sure how good he is on the next ball.
Yeah, the 3 doesn't pass. This 4-ball is kind of a blind cut into the other corner here, and it's tough to keep a leash on the cue ball here because you've always got that kind of corner pocket. Maybe if the scratch isn't there, you might be afraid of a ticky. Oh, he cuts it back the other way.
Yeah, it's a nicely controlled shot. He really digged in to get that, make sure he got that full ball cannon just so that he controls the cue ball.
Yeah, but he's got problems to deal with here. He's got a really narrow window to fall on the 2-ball, I think, if it passes the 10 in the corner. Could also potentially maybe use it to use the 3 maybe to access the 2-ball in the side past the 8 if it goes, but it's tough to tell where the 2-ball has a pocket, if it even does. So everything else in the open. So if there is something that he can do, he's going to be able to do it, I would think. So. Interesting spot here. Do you go with the clean screw back, or do you go with the cheat the pocket, go forward?
Always want to use a cushion, or a rail, but it's
yeah. Sometimes it can be tough to judge the slide of the table when you're using cushions when the object ball is that close to the cushions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the cue ball can kind of get a funny slide off of one of them and go in an unpredictable way. So
I think if the 13's not on the cushion there, he'll always use the cushion.
Mm-hmm.
But I think had to avoid it, and it answers the question. The 2 does pass, so he's in pretty good shape.
Little body English there. Does he tend to?
He does that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the tendencies he has. It almost looks like a huge intensity on the shot.
Reminds me of a player named Gerson Martinez, pool player that moves like you wouldn't believe every time he goes through the ball. And you think that he's missing the ball every time he moves, but it goes in the middle of the hole, and you're like, how the heck does he do it? It's amazing.
He had it working in his first match. Not so much this time. Nearly lost the cue ball again into the...
Yeah, it was going straight towards the corner. Had a little bit of overspin on it that saved him, but maybe not saved him, because now you've got a gentleman here that's been playing some pretty jam-up runouts on some complicated runouts. So, yeah, let's see what he goes for the opener here. Plays the 1 in the side, trying to kiss the 4 out, gets a perfect rub off the 14 ball. And all of a sudden, things are looking fairly doable. Now the 2 ball's the question mark. If you can clear the 5 out before you get on the 2 somehow, then the 6 ball goes in that bottom right corner. So, first question mark answered.
Yeah, there's still work though, isn't there?
Yeah, maybe 2 questions to go. He's going after it right now. Wow.
What a shot.
Okay. Just into the rail. Ticky, move the stripe out and leave yourself straight on the 2. Why not? This game is easy, Simon.
He's making it look easy, but he's playing some high-class shots though, isn't he?
Oh man.
I think it's the decision-making that's so good as well. You know, just attacked his two big problems straight away.
Yeah. You know, this is one of those games that people who don't play the game a lot kind of see it as a game that is you're either good at it or you're not. You know what I mean? But these guys are just on another level. It's like you take raw natural talent and then a work ethic that would probably drive some people crazy, and this is what you get.
Yeah, Christoph certainly has that. He's been here for a few days and putting the hours in. And that's once you get to the venue.
That always happens, right? When you sing someone's praises, things get a little goofy.
Yeah, he just ended up a little thin, didn't he?
Yeah, he nudged the 3, right, and it actually ended up leaving him on the 50-yard line, well, close to it. And now he's got a really thin shot on either the 3 in the side or the 7 up table. Both ways, you kind of lose the cue ball. Yeah, judging the collision on the 9 ball there, and still things are interesting. You're either going to have to take a really tough shot on the 7 now or after this shot.
Neither way is particularly nice.
He's going to go now. Good news is, if the 7 goes, he's almost definitely going to have an open shot on the 2. 7 does go. And this is very manageable. You know, you can cinch the ball, which I would think most players wouldn't do because there's so much traffic right there. You can slide the cue ball across the table and play the 8 in the other side. Wow, he just hits it perfect, cinches it perfect. Really nice.
3 in a row, and we've just ticked into the final 10 minutes as well. 15 seconds a shot just came in for that final 8 ball. Yeah, I think he must feel like he fancies this. Time for Tyler to show us some shot making. No, he's going to pull back as well.
Yeah, he's taking advantage of the fact that the 1 and 7 are tied up there. And placing the 14 in the middle of the table, where if he does have any type of open shot, whether it be the 11 or the 14, he can probably do something about the stripes that are on the rail there. Look at this. Trying to get behind the balls that he just played the carom with.
How good is that?
Oh my gosh. That's sick. That's in my opinion, probably a match-winning shot.
Yeah, now he gets cue ball in hand. It could be huge.
Everything comes down to how these balls break apart as he goes into them. He's checking out the combo to see if it lays okay. Looks like he's committed because he's only got a few seconds here to shoot it.
Yeah, the clock's got him. Completely got him. He was still making his decision, then realised there was 3 seconds to play. He's just got to play the shot.
Yeah. Once you place the cue ball there to see if it goes and you turn around and you got 6 seconds left, it's time to go.
The interesting thing is, once he got there and he wasn't sure what he was doing, you could just pull back. You know, he could have just rolled off it and left it horrible again.
Sure,
but it's so hard to sort of, you've earned your cue ball in hand, you want to go.
Yeah. Wow, that is a very interesting dynamic to this game that I've never considered. watching matches in the past, that is exciting.
Well, Tyler's made his combo, but does this squeeze in?
I believe he's got a pocket here, but it's not. You're not in love with shooting it, but you are in love with the fact that you're at the table.
100%. Yeah, plays it
shot.
beautifully. Well, just gone under the 5-minute mark. This 8-ball for all square.
Yeah, what a game that was. That was an interesting game.
Yeah, that really was. It's been an incredible match, but that was a rack to enjoy. Cue ball.
Oh, baby, right in the side pocket.
And that should be it for Christophe Lambert. Tyler Steyer has the opportunity here. He just needs to steady himself and run clock. Doesn't need to necessarily make the finish. Doesn't need to get to 6. Just needs to keep potting and let the clock run down.
As Christophe was walking away from the table, he was looking in the sky, and he sat down, put his hands in his face in his hands for a second. He knows. You can see shaking his head back there a little bit.
Yeah, he knows. He's been in this position before. He knows exactly what Tyler's about to do, and it would take a major mistake to get Christophe Lambert back to the table here with any sort of opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyler's in perfect shape here just to run it out anyway, but he'll do it using the clock.
That's right, because you want to get rid of the last minute or so, right?
Yeah. The minute he gets past about 30 seconds, he's going to have won the match, really.
Speed control there doesn't really matter. It looked like he was maybe trying to see if he could pull back for the 9 right there, but he's got all these options down table to work with. Maybe he was checking the line off of the rail here, off the second. Yeah. To see what he wanted to shoot on the 9 later, but honestly, at this point, with the way the balls are spread and the shot-making capability that this guy has, he could probably make any ball across the whole table as it is anyway. So
yeah, it's a case of does he beat the clock and get to 6, or does the clock run out? He knows the match is won. It's a comfortable feeling. You don't get that very often in pool unless you're playing ultimate pool and shootouts.
Right.
He's with what, just over the 20 to go. Essentially can't lose from here, so he can just enjoy himself. What a match this has been. It really has. Neither player deserves to be on the wrong end of it, but it will be the Frenchman Christophe Lambert, who unfortunately has to bow out.
And there's the handshake.
Yeah, that is it. What a match.
What a match to end on a scratch on the break.
Tough one for Christophe Lambert, but brilliant stuff from Tyler Steyer. He gets himself into the semi-finals. An incredible match.
Totally new for both of these players, and it's a lot of fun to watch. I mean, that last match was incredible.
Well, that's one thing where I feel like it's going to have a lot of success, not just with seeing top-level players play, but also seeing the amateur play, because it is so exciting, and you have to think on your toes. And we all grew up playing, on the bar table, playing 8-ball. So there's a good mix here.
We talked about that before. Bar table 8-ball is the game that 90% of Americans learn first. This is just. It's all the same rules. There's a little subtle changes, but it really mixes things up.
It's got its own character and personality for sure. The way that Ultimate Pool is putting their spin on it, but personally, I like it, and I think it's got a ton of potential. And you'll notice that it's not just putting the puzzle pieces together, because even these top level players are sweating a little bit with the shot clock and these little changes. So it's great on the eye.
Yeah, and it builds too with the way the matches are structured.
Right.
It builds from the beginning of the match. We're halfway there, 10 minutes. Oh no, 15-second shot clock. What's going on here? And then, bam, you're going fast as can be, and it's super exciting. I love it.
So for those who haven't watched, explain that little difference there. So right now they're playing with 30, but it's going to shrink down to a 15-second shot clock?
At the 10-minute mark,
I got you.
they go to a 15-second shot clock. They do have one extension per rack.
Okay.
So,
the pressure wasn't enough. We got to add more pressure in it then.
yeah, and like I said, there's levels to it where you have the beginning, and you give somebody a chance to get ahead, and then all of a sudden you throw a wrench in the plan.
Right, yeah.
It's really incredible.
Well, bar table 8-ball is one of the tougher games to break, so I think there's always going to have that mix where no lead is going to be protected, and then you have guys where if they got big breaks and, you know, smart patterns like you're seeing right now with Roberto, then, you know, they can work their way through any kind of problem, especially since they're so smart and they execute so well.
Well, and just like you're saying, Ultimate Pool USA is rocking and rolling here at the Louisiana Open. Roberto rocking and rolling here with this 8-ball. It's going to give him the first rack of a race to 6.
I asked Roberto before the match started, I said, who are you playing? Because I had no idea he was playing Jeff as he takes rack number 1.
I think something happened there. It broke and he made a ball, but I think something happened on his break that it looked a little funny.
It did, but I tell you what, the end result came out looking pretty good for solids here.
You definitely don't want to be stripes, that's for sure.
No.
Even if something crazy were to happen,
Right.
Jeff would have a lot to work around.
Absolutely right there, Steven. Yeah. Roberto's not going to waste any time or take very much time in putting these together because everything is just sitting right there in the open. Draw back on the 7-ball, just a hair. Maybe even play a stop shot for the 6. I like that. Giving him an angle on the 6-ball where he can come out 1 rail for 2-ball on the side here next. Oh, it looks like he's putting some bottom on it. That'll work. I'm not sure that I like letting the cue ball go here because he didn't have to. Can he hit it? Can he hit it full, Steven?
I think you can hold on.
That's good.
You know, it's so funny trying to call this. Obviously, we're not pros.
Of course.
But these guys do take some funnier lines on a bar table sometimes.
Right.
And it can throw you for a loop. You think something's going to happen, and then they do something different.
That's part of the beauty of 8-ball is just being able to, it's ever evolving, right? It's ever adapting, and as long as there's other things for you to shoot at, you can play it a million different ways and get there. And he got there. It's a 3-0 lead for Roberto Gomez. Race to 6 here.
Yeah, and with 17 minutes left in this race to 6, Roberto needing a good break here, and if he gets it, he may be off to the races.
I think he got one. Is he going to have a starter, though? That's the key.
Well, he may have a starter, but I don't think it's the suit that he likes.
Well, it's part of the beauty of it. Sometimes you don't get many options, even though you got, 14 balls to choose from, 15 balls to choose from, right? So,
the good thing is that first shot right there. Oh, if he would have made that, he would have really busted everything open.
Yeah, I mean that was a really good window there to get into to spread everything out. Meanwhile, if you're a fan of Jeff, you got to be loving it because now you're in a really good spot here. Now that Roberto kind of did all the hard work for you, right? I think the only really critical shot is getting on this 2-ball, which he's done right now. Great shot there from Jeff.
Yeah, great quarterfinals action here, Roberto Gomez and Jeff DeLuna. We have more matches on the way. Following this, we have Corey Deuel and Shane Thompson. And then to end the quarterfinal matches, Chris Melling and Darren Appleton. And, of course, the winner of this plays the already advanced Tyler Steyer.
2-railed that 2-ball to go in, but it found a hole. He's on the 5-ball now. Is Jeff. And you really got to make sure you handle your business on this rack. Everything is so important in a race to 6, but especially as you're trailing.
Yeah, and he's in a great position to really get out of the hole that he's in. Great shot here on the 3, just to hold, get shape on really either the 4 or the 6, whatever he prefers.
Option here.
I kind of like the 4-ball.
Agreed. Yeah, I think it's real natural to come off 1 rail and end up back in center table to do whatever you like here to get on the 8 from the 6-ball. And Jeff's going to go and do the same here, making
Used
sure.
all the pocket.
Yeah, I think it was with purpose though. He's going to come out 1 rail and really end up in a prime angle to get on this 8-ball.
And even on this table, you have to feel really good when you're able to hit the ball and cheat the pocket that much and feel confident in it, because this is still a diamond and it still does rattle. But Jeff DeLuna taking down that rack, gonna stop Roberto Superman Gomez in his tracks. He was a leading 4-2, and now Jeff DeLuna within 1 with 14 minutes 20 seconds left on the match timer.
Jeff DeLuna to break. Rack number 10. He's got to get a ball down. Let's see where everything dresses up. I think he's pretty good here, Steven. I think he's pretty good.
What do you like here? You like the stripes or solids?
I mean, I do, but it just depends on whether or not that 12 passes the 9 ball for me. It looks like he's not wasting any time. Wow, it seemed a little loose the way that he shot that. I know he's kind of feeling the heat a little bit, and I wonder if that played any role into that decision. But he's going to have a tester here. Wow. Oh boy.
Good shot there.
Oh boy, used every inch of the pocket. Did Jeff. But this is the shot. Yeah, he should be home free here, Steven. We may be looking at a 5-5 match here shortly. You can tell though he's still making sure he's going to be where he needs to be at. Come up one rail. Great shot there from Jeff.
Yeah, and I'm not anticipating this match going to a 6-ball shootout, but I am anticipating it going hill.
He's making it exciting, if nothing else. You know, I mean, I know he's handling the shots that are coming up, but they're definitely not hangers for him. He's just looking to make sure. He's just looking to make sure that it passes. He wants to get all the way over on the right side of the table here. Oh, I tell you what, this makes it a lot tougher of a shot than what I thought it was going to be. The ref looking to make sure he doesn't foul. And he did foul. She called the foul. He says he touched the 5 ball as he bridged. What a turn of events here at 5-4 when Jeff was looking to make it hill. Unbelievable what just happened. That one bridge over the 5, and you take it for granted at such a big spot, Steven.
And he's still got to contend with this 15-second shot clock, but he is in prime position to take this rack after what had to be just a simple mental error by Jeff DeLuna with the all-ball foul.
He knew it. He didn't argue it. He knew it. Referee called it. And Roberto Gomez is going to get to 6 first. At least it looks like here's one more ball he needs to put down. But, wow.
On the 8 ball.
I tell you what, man, my heart's racing here. See, this has been a great match.
Well, and we're seeing the end of another quarterfinal match. Roberto Gomez will face Tyler Steyer in the semifinals. Get it done in 90 seconds.
He hit them well. Cue ball was tracking, but it stopped.
Oh, and this looks pretty. Yeah, this looks beautiful. Can he see the 10 ball in the side? That's the question. It looks like he can. And if he's able to make this ball, yeah, he's off to the races. He's good to go.
The only one that may cause an issue, 11 ball at the top.
I think the nice thing about that is the 6-2 up at the top. There's a pretty wide gap there. So he doesn't have to be perfect getting up to the top of the table to shoot that ball. That's definitely a saving grace there. It just depends on when he wants to do that.
Yeah, do you leave it late? Do you play it last?
If he has the angle now, I can't really tell. But if he has the angle now, I kind of like taking it now, just in case you don't get it. But he has other plans in mind. I think he wanted more on that. I think he wanted to play the 15 into the side and roll up. Gonna have to maybe change his strategy here. Oh, that was good.
Doesn't have much angle to get out, though.
A little bit of work to do here. He's probably going to go rail first here to increase the spin on the cue ball to get around the table. Yeah, great shot there. Rolls up, 15 in the side pocket. He got a little more than he wanted. I think he's going to be okay, but he got a little more than he wanted. It could make this a little trickier.
Still a nice shot, though, just to judge the line. And he's done it again. Beautiful.
And as you saw there, that shot clock came up quick. We're under the 10-minute mark. So we're now moved on to those 15-second shot clocks. And this is where we got a game, Simon. We got a game. It could be a situation where the shootout is inevitable. You're just playing around with the balls until the time runs out because you don't want to make a mistake.
Needs a ball. Needs a ball. It's dry. Shane Thompson's going to get the opportunity with just over 2 minutes left on the clock.
And if you're Shane here, obviously you want to go for the win because your balls are open, but you cannot let that force you into making a mistake to let Corey back to the table.
You have to judge your run. So you're judging your run on the clock as well as the layout. So if you do have you've got to make sure you can't be countered.
Opting to take the stripes here and try and open up the 11. He's tied up the 15 ball. This just got very awkward. Guys, keep an eye on that match clock. This one's going to the wire.
Yeah, this is going to be really awkward from here. He's got to make sure he takes it deep enough so he can't be countered. So that worst case scenario is going to end up in a 6-ball shootout.
Simon, I'm stressing out. I'm not even on the table. My palms are sweaty. I mean, this is really coming down to the wire. There's almost 60 seconds, just 60 seconds left in this match. Shane Thompson at the table plays a great shot to get kind of shape on the 9 ball.
I think that was just trying to pop one more ball, and then worst case he's not going to give Corey enough time. Yeah, now he can use 15 on this one, so Corey might get 25 seconds here, might get 30. Corey needs to be ready.
Can this 15 go off the 5? And that's what he was trying, but he's able to block the ball. This is going to a shootout, Simon. I think it has to.
Well, there is just time here for Corey.
He cannot let this cause him to make a mistake. He cannot. Did Shane just make a big error?
No,
seconds.
Corey's not gone quick enough. We are going to go to the 6-ball shootout for the second time today.
And Corey knows it. He's just letting time run out. This is where it gets exciting, Simon. This is where it all is fun. I'm very excited.
Yeah, one thing to note, you can play an object ball as long as the object ball and the cue ball have stopped. Other balls can be moving.
Wow, and Corey's got a pretty good spread here.
He overhit it just a little bit, so the cue ball could be doing quite a bit of movement, but he can still do a good time here.
This is going to be a great time, Simon.
You see how he's got to wait for the cue ball?
Slow that cue ball down. You just want to stop this ball. And here it is.
Oh, he's done well. He's got to set a very competitive time. 27-10 to beat. See how he's got to wait for the cue ball there. And he did it a little bit firmer than I thought he would. It's a similar layout to Corey. Can he stop the cue ball from moving? This is going to be very close.
Oh, wow. This is going to come down to it, guys.
Yeah, this cue ball's got to stop. I think Shane's just got it here, but it's tight. And Shane has got it. Shane Thompson gets over the line. He knocks out Corey Jewell via a 6-ball shootout. Another fascinating match that went all the way.
That was, a little bit unexpected how quick he went through them. And then, of course, it was Shane that came in and put together something unbelievable.
Spectacular. Real light on his feet, but Here's another gentleman who knows how to play the game real well. Both these guys with a lot of history with one another. They've been teammates before. They've been around pool and in so many different aspects, whether it's ultimate pool or rotation or you name it. So this is going to be a great matchup, and both guys who know how to play patterns real well. And I don't think the shot clock is going to get to either one of them, man. So I'm excited to see what Chris does. As I say that, though, the shot clock's already winding down.
He's got an extension that he can use. But this is an interesting rack because he's almost forced to take stripes, which is going to be a little bit like tighter position getting from ball to ball, but you don't necessarily have to break anything out.
No, I think he should be sitting pretty good here in the next like two shots, I'm guessing. Only moving balls when he has to. He's just going to clear out the way to be able to attack these bottom 3 balls, it looks like. And I tell you what, on Darren's break, this is about as good of a start as you can ask for Chris. He's back cutting this ball.
Yeah, I'd be dinking this out right now, just because you can really manage the cue ball on that shot, and you're not worried about tying anything up. So, and you've got plenty of insurance between the 15 ball and the 12 ball in case anything goofy happens. So now the whole rack is on that 9 ball.
For me, it was the speed and the control that he had that really made that shot what it was, and he played it just absolutely a dream. He's cutting this ball on the side, huh?
Yeah, I think it's got a pretty big pocket.
Yeah.
You can hit the pocket facing there. You don't have to roll the ball very fast because the 15 is right across the table and it's sitting pretty in front of the 10 ball. So
just give you what the table, or taking what the table gives you, rather.
Yep, that's what they usually say.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Who's they? No, I'm kidding. Here we go. Chris Melling's about to take game number 1.
Yeah, game number 1 in the books.
Nice. Good pattern there from Chris, man. I mean, he had a little bit of work to handle there, but he navigated it really well. And now he's just
with a wide open table.
Look at this, Collins. Wow.
About as spread as the balls can be on a table.
Don't blink or you're going to see Darren shooting the 8 ball here momentarily, because this rack is going to be over.
Hopefully he does it after he runs out his grouping.
I mean, that's let me write that one down. Take notes for next time. Oh, this is an interesting twist. So if you guys are watching this, I guess they're allowed to play. They put the
any direction.
Any direction, but in the kitchen, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So limits where you can take ball in hand, but you can. It's true ball in hand within that region.
I got you.
Right.
Okay.
And if the cue ball goes off the table completely, not in a pocket on the break, it's actual true ball in hand anywhere on the table.
Ooh, see, these are important things to know when you're playing this game, because it can make a massive difference.
And I'm not going to pretend like I didn't just learn that the last time I was on this mic.
I believe you've done that your whole life.
Yeah, sure.
Right? Just the way you said it. So that's all that matters. Now, does the 10 ball pass the 9? If so, you think he's going to go after the 9 ball right now?
Or if it doesn't. I like going for the 9 right now just for freedom, because if you come up,
then there's no issue.
Yeah, less than ideal on the 10, you can cheat the pocket and put the cue ball where you want to go, depending on where you were intending to be. So
he's using his extension here.
But it is a touchy positional shot because none of the natural lines lay like in the direction of the next shot line. So maybe that's why he decides against it here.
All right. Well, he's going after the 9 ball here now for sure. I like the way he did it. He wasn't in love with the way that it laid previously, so he put himself in a much better position. Took away a bit of insurance there with that ball in the middle of the table, but he should be fine here.
Yeah, he was checking below the 10 just in case he wanted to roll up and cut the 9 in, but it didn't look good.
He wants to come off this 4 ball.
Don't want to be elevated here.
You think you're still okay because you can come off one rail, right? Were you back cutting this 10 ball? Or
No. I think he's got plenty of queuing room here with the rail to play the cue ball. Do you go to the right side of the 6 with the cue ball, or do you try to hold it?
I do, because I don't want to have any kind of opportunity for the 6 ball to come into play.
Yeah.
So I love the way he played it there. But, okay, no. Are you going to hold for the 8 ball now?
Yeah, play it up table, I think. Maybe run into the 5, yeah. Of course, I say that as he's shooting the shot. That's the only way I would have known.
That's a great call. No, it's a great call, man. And that's what's great about how he played it, is because he intended to play with such a thick hit on the 5 to hold it.
Right, because it leaves you dead straight in.
Right, great shot there from Darren.
They were
Nice work. Real unlucky for Chris to scratch on the break there. And now Darren with a 3-1 lead over Melling.
Hiya. Oh, 2 balls down.
Oh boy.
Solids kind of dress up fairly good with the 1 and 6 combo there.
I mean, he'll take it. I'll guarantee you that.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he could use the 4 to get to a better spot than he is right now for the 3. But I saw him, look at the 3 ball for a second.
But this get funny? Or no, he can just cut in the 1 ball.
Yeah, I think the 1's.
Okay. Okay. Taking the scenic route here a little bit. I love his pace of play because he really makes for exciting pool. He doesn't waste any time. He figures out and decides what he wants to do, and then he just goes down and executes. Beautiful stroke there. Just long. I'm not sure what he's doing here.
Does this 4 ball pass? It must.
He's going to the side. He's going to the side.
Oh, my days.
He made 2 balls at one time. Is he going to get a shot on the 8 ball? He is. Oh, wow. What a shot there from Chris Melling as he puts his hand up and apologizing to Darren. Chris just waiting. Here we go. 5 ball goes in. Oh, it almost got kissed
in. Side
in.
Pocket, yeah. Ball's fairly open and definitely manageable, definitely workable.
Is it though? Okay.
Yeah.
What's the starter here?
I think you got to find a way to play stripes, right?
Yeah.
Because the 4's covered by this this 10 ball.
Think you're playing the 15 ball here?
Probably.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Because if you ever get on any kind of reasonable shot on the 9 ball, you can pick apart those balls on that side of the table. And I'm assuming he's going to go after it after this shot.
Beautiful shot there. Knew exactly where the cue ball was going to go. And I think that's the hardest part of this route. Collins right there. Making sure he got a second shot. Cue ball's going to bounce out. Let's see here.
Just checking to see the situation there with the 10 ball. Looks like he looked at it rather quickly, which means I would assume that it's playable in that corner.
Yeah, it looks like from this angle, looks like it is for sure playable. Just going to pinch this ball out, or is he going to try to get on the 10 ball right here?
You could just nudge the 1, I think.
Yeah, I like that shot. Very well played. Perfect speed there, too. Just making sure that he was going to stay on the good side of the 10 ball here. He's got 2 balls hanging in the side pocket, and after a great comeback here from Chris, I feel like the writing's on the wall. Darren Appleton is looking to put himself in the semifinals of the Ultimate Pool Shootout. I'll tell you what, this match lived up to the billing.
Yeah.
6-3, but it was a lot closer with Chris nipping at Darren's heels there.
Yeah. Fireworks, too.
Of course, yeah. Great shots from Chris. Absolutely.
Yeah, exciting. Mild amount of traffic to maybe worry about here, but it looks like he got clear of bridging traffic and...
Oh, yeah. He's good.
And the 4 ball.
Darren Appleton, ladies and gentlemen, into the semifinals. Ultimate Pool Shootout here in Shreveport, Louisiana.
And one of these 2 guys will be the first player into the final. Simon Webb and Stephen White with you for this one. And both players have played really well today, Stephen.
They have. Tyler, of course, starting off with a strong victory against Cleve, and then goes on to play what everybody, I believe, thought to be the favorite in Christoph. And Tyler was able to play the time, he played the games, and he was able to snatch victory out of those hands. So our 2 favorites, I believe the favorites, both Chris Melling and Christoph Lambert, are out. Crazy how these things happen, right?
Yeah, but it's the format, isn't it? That it's so volatile, it's so hard to have 2 stronger favorites in this sort of game.
Absolutely. And then Roberto Gomez on the other side played very, very well in his first match and then knocking off fellow Filipino Jeff DeLuna in what was really a clinic in some sorts. And here we are, semifinals number 1. And I'm absolutely excited for this one. This has the potential to have fireworks.
Well, both matches that Tyler's played today have had fireworks, really. In my opinion, he's probably been involved in the 2 matches of the tournament. Obviously, winning 2 quick frames at the back end of the match with only a few minutes to go against Cleve Thompson to get it into the 6-ball shootout and winning in the 6-ball. But for me, the match of the tournament was Tyler versus Christophe Lambert. It was just incredible. Great drama, but great quality as well.
Very, very high-end pool, and we're going to clearly see more of this as Tyler is about to clear up this rack, taking the 1-0 lead. All he has to do is sink this 8-ball, put him on the board. And that was a fairly quick frame, 27 and 40 seconds or so. There we go. Side pocket shot. Absolutely beautiful. Tyler Steyer taking no prisoners. The match timer, absolutely no issue right now. Tyler's going to go up 4-0 against Superman.
Well, he should have done. Big error from Tyler Steyer. Big 8-ball miss. And that should let Roberto Gomez into this match.
And that was a shocker. I did not think that he was going to miss that ball at all. Really, Roberto here with the first time to get to the table with an easy layout. This is what he needs confidence-wise. He needs to be able to run these balls.
Trick shots coming out.
Get on the board. Just as I set it up, everything changed.
Yeah, it could be a huge moment. It really could. Obviously, it's up to Roberto to make it one, and Tyler will be trying to stop that next visit to the table. But yeah, when you 4-0 race to 6 is huge.
Yeah, that's the big swing there. If there's a story in this match, that might be it. Roberto lining up on the 8-ball to get on the board. And he does it. Big break here, Tyler. No kisses, but no balls down. Roberto coming to the table. He's really got an opportunity here. But he's got to understand that shot clock is a lot quicker, and he does. You can tell by the way he gets down on the ball here.
Good shape here. Everything actually goes. It looks a little congested at the top. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, everything has a pocket. It's just a matter of getting the best angle you can. Really on the 10 ball and then the 15, which he did beautiful on that 10 ball. And now it's just really kind of a tic-tac-toe finish. Again, the 15-second shot clock not coming into effect very much here. But it is going to extend this, if Roberto can finish this out, to a much closer match. Superman might be the one to dethrone Tyler Steyer here. It is 4-3, and it is Roberto's break. He wants to win the rack and be done with it
completely.
Tyler, it may be okay with a 6-ball shootout if he is stuck in the situation where that's what's got to happen.
Yeah, I think he'd be more embracing of it.
Well, we're going to get a good idea of what's going to happen here, right here. we have a ball down. We have a fairly open table. This opening shot is going to tell the whole story.
Doesn't have a great look at a solid, so probably has to be the stripes, although he may be able to clip the one in. But solids are probably the right set anyway. Just the 15 to think about.
I don't think the one is playable, but he has a plan for the 15. What that play is, I'm not really sure, other than maybe right here or a similar angle, cutting the 11 and coming into the 15. Yeah. But also, got to keep in mind about that match timer as we drop below 2 minutes. You don't want to get into a situation where you have to play safe. Or maybe he does. He's going to play that shot right there. He should be fine.
You're not guaranteed to be on anything, though. Could easily stick up there and leave nothing.
Well, that's definitely not ideal.
Yeah, this is tricky. He's eyeing up the combo here. Going up the table is going to be tough to connect to the next ball, so he'll feel like the combo wins him the match.
And being almost under 60 seconds left on the match timer, he's going for the win here.
Yeah, what a shot that is. He's now in prime shape. It's only, he may not have the full pocket for the 15, but I think he's got enough. And he just has to, oh, you can see from the replay there, he has got the most of it, not quite all, but make the pot and it wins the match. He'll track behind the 8 ball naturally.
Well, 2 balls away from whatever reason he missed that first 8 ball.
Oh, he's gone in off. He scratched.
Oh, no.
Can you believe it? And there is still time here for Roberto Gomez.
35 seconds. Well, and Roberto is on the ball here. He's got to not overthink it. He's got to keep it simple. You don't want to make a silly mistake because of the time.
Yeah, he has plenty here as well. He has absolutely plenty.
Superman's supposed to be the good guy, but here he is stealing this match from Tyler Steyer.
4, 3, 2,
5 seconds.
And he has stolen it from Tyler Steyer. What a match. What an ending. Unbelievable scenes out there. Roberto Gomez books his place in the final. Absolutely incredible. A tough loss for Tyler Steyer. He had the match won. He had it in his hands.
Definitely wants to focus on making this ball no matter what. Because a miss here could really give Darren a chance to get back in.
The surprise is not the miss, it's how far he missed it by. Wasn't close.
He actually came out not great, but if you're going to miss, I'd rather miss like this than leaving a dead open shot. He has the 4 ball in the corner, but it is kind of a tricky shot. It's a little closer to the cue ball than I'd want it to be, and you're kind of going at it at a weird angle. This is not a given shot. He can miss this.
And he has missed it.
Just barely.
Yeah, 2 shots played in the match for Darren, both of them gone wrong. Not the start he was looking for. Hasn't followed on from that great performance against Chris.
Yeah, and this is Shane's chance to really jump out, take the lead, be in control of the match like he's done throughout this tournament so far. Oh, no. And now we're in a situation where we're trading misses here.
Tough ball for both, but thought they'd both make.
Absolutely. Darren taking on that tough shot, and Shane, I thought, had a much better chance at that one, but it wasn't meant to be. Now Darren, everything's kind of lined up right in front of a hole. You're just a tip-tap shot away from getting on the 8 ball. He's just got to take it one shot at a time. The biggest question in this run is when do you take the 5 ball and where do you take it? Everything else kind of has a designated hole. You can see the line, but there's a few options here for that 5 ball.
I'd like it last, if I'm honest. Get it connects to the 8 ball nicely.
And
Darren agrees.
Darren played that well enough so he's able to use the cushion to get the cue ball over going rail first here. It was a solid shot. Oh, he actually went on the outside. That's even better.
I think if he goes rail first, it just gets it going a little bit too far to the right. Brings in, maybe a little bit of more traffic.
Of course. When he played the 5 ball well, straight in on the 8 ball. Settle down, take your time, and tie it up 1-1.
3 more titles were handed out over the weekend.
Just getting started, guys, and all of it for free live right here on the Ultimate Pool Facebook and YouTube pages. Nothing better than free pool, right?
Yes, absolutely. Plenty more to come as well.
And Darren here was able to make a ball. He's got another weird layout here. It's kind of weird with it where everything's sitting. You don't want to be in a situation where that shot clock comes in again, Darren. That wasn't great to you last time. Able to call his extension here. Still trying to decide what to do.
Oh, I thought he missed another one then.
It definitely was close.
It was, yeah. I think he thought he missed it. He was getting himself ready just to walk back in frustration.
He's still talking to himself. He's not happy about it, but you made the ball. Let's forget about that one and get out here. Finish the run. Oh, little kiss off the 11 there.
Yeah, a little bump just to help the cause.
Not sure if that was planned or not, but it worked out for him. And really just nice and easy for Darren here. I think the hope here is just don't overthink it. Take the shots that are given to you. The 8 ball is a little odd here because I'm not sure if it goes past the 1. There are other pockets for it, but to get on the other side of the table for that 8 ball in the side pocket might be a little more movement than you'd want to do.
Should be able to pick his angle here though. Perfect connections.
It's a little straight.
Just manipulate the pocket just a touch, just to get the middle of the table. There we go.
Played it well.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason he's one of the most decorated players in all of pool. And Darren now going to that side ball break with a much better result.
Apart from he doesn't have a great opener.
And this is a situation here where you did everything right and you just don't have a great shot to start the rack. And it's so frustrating, but it happens sometimes.
Do you take the bank? You make the bank, you win the frame. The stripes are really good here.
Yeah, I think I'm taking the 9 ball 1 rail. One rail bank. Depending on how comfortable I feel with the table, I might try to cut it, but the bank is the correct shot. And he makes it. The 10 and the 14 tie up, but that's okay. Both of those balls are able to be made in different pockets, especially once you clear that 15 ball. Darren's in a really good position here to extend his lead. Beautiful shot, beautiful setup.
Yeah, it's almost like one really good positional shot away from this being absolutely routine for him. That's why he's just taking his time, just trying to work it out completely. Really wants the 14 to go top right, but looks a little tight.
Yeah, I think we've all been in that situation as players where we keep looking at that ball and we keep staring at it and we keep trying to determine if we can squeeze it past there. But it doesn't matter how many times you look at it. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go.
I think he's got about half a pocket. Yeah, you see it just go in off the left hand.
That one was a really good shot. Now, a little close to the 10 ball and kind of at an awkward angle. But
come down the table, though.
Able to shoot the 12 here instead. And now just the 10 ball in the track here. Just going to pull this back if he decides to shoot the 10. I think he's questioning whether or not he wants to shoot the 13 first, but good shot there. A little bit of angle really opens it up. 8 ball goes in the left side pocket. And this shot, again, not a gimme.
Similar to the one that Tyler missed, wasn't it, in the previous semi-final?
Yeah, it doesn't have to go. But it's going to for Darren. 4-1.
Hour or so's time when we hand it out.
8 ball moving. Last ball moving goes down. He throws his hand up, says, I got a little lucky there. It's never bad to be lucky. I'd rather be lucky than good.
Yeah, a little bit of luck always helps. You tend to need a little bit of that on the route through to winning a tournament. You feel that, you know, as good as Roberto Gomez was in the previous semi-final, he had his touch, you know, in terms of Tyler, you know, going in off when it looked like he'd had the match wrapped up, and maybe Darren just had a little touch there, just a tiny little one. I'm not a big fan of the hand of apology for that, mind. It was what you're trying to do off the break is to make a ball.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the same boat. Apologies on a pool table don't really mean a whole lot for me.
Because you don't mean it.
But I'll never take it as disrespectful,
Yeah.
so I just kind of let it go. I didn't really expect to see him go that direction, but it's going to work out. He's got the 12 ball.
He just needed an angle to be able to get down for the 9 ball. That was the key, really, to this frame.
I very much dislike queuing up over 2 balls like that because, again, playing all ball fouls, all it takes is just a slight touch, just nothing, any type of touch, and you know you're giving up ball in hand, and that's not what anybody wants. 14 ball here does not pass the 3. Maybe it does.
If it does, it helps, but he can get onto it into the side, but I think he'd prefer not to.
Played that one nice and easy. Really good touch shot here by Darren. And here he is. He's wanting his cue ball to be just above that second diamond. Wants to be able to shoot the 14 in the side pocket and set himself up for the winning 8 ball shot in the bottom left-hand corner. What a play by Darren Appleton so far. No pun intended. I'm pretty sure this finals is going to be dynamite.
It's going to include Dynamite. It's going to include Darren Appleton, who, after a slightly slow start in the opening frame, pretty much got going and played some brilliant pool thereafter. Shane Thompson could not quite find the form of earlier on in the day, and he has to bow out at the semi-final stage. But Darren Appleton will march on through. He'll take on Roberto Gomez in the final.
And it starts right now.
It doesn't start, though, with Darren Appleton making a ball. It's going to be Roberto with the first chance here.
Roberto really surprising with his play today. Started off a little slower in his first match. Nothing super spectacular. He was just able to squeak out the win. But then a monster showing against Tyler Steyer in the last round, taking out also Jeffrey DeLuna in his second match. This is interesting to see. Roberto, always a big character in pool, and he may have the opportunity here to add a little hardware to his collection. And he's going to start off by running this rack out the 6-ball, the important shot here. He has the opportunity to take it now, and he's going to. Very good play right there. He looks very composed. And this is going to be a quick first rack, barring any crazy incidents.
Yeah, all the room in the world here just to run out and get the job done, get off to the quick start. Off Darren's break as well, which just adds to it.
Well, and as we saw against Tyler, he had no problems moving quickly to secure the win. At this rate, we're looking at a below 2-minute rack to start off the finals for Roberto Gomez.
Yeah, brilliant start for him. Sneaky quick player, isn't he? He runs through them really, really well, doesn't overthink things, plays some brilliant stuff.
But that 8-ball, Darren's got that 8-ball moving both times. It just hasn't quite found a home yet. I feel like this is the match where we might see.
Do we get one? Do we get a hill one? That's the question.
Oh, man. That is something to be seen for sure. Roberto here just trying to figure out what his best course of action is. I feel like he wants to play the stripes. It's just a tougher opening shot here.
Yeah, and there is work at the bottom of the table. I think 12 probably does pass the bottom left. So he actually, yeah, everything has its own pocket still, assuming the 12 does go.
The 10 ball is the only ball I'm really looking at where to get on the other side of it for the side pocket or even the top left corner, you kind of have to be in a weird spot. But it looks like he's going to get it there right here. He's got the 12 in the corner here. And if he doesn't quite get the 10 ball, he's got the 11 to ensure that.
Not happy. Wanted to be at least a ball higher here.
Yeah, in terms of where he could have ended up, where it would have been okay, this is not one of those spots. There's still an opportunity here to take the 9 ball up to the top right corner and just back the cue ball up, shoot the 10 in the side. So he's not in a ton of trouble, but you can't take any of these shots for granted. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's just looked at exactly what you said. Needs to be quite precise when he draws this one back.
Doesn't want to overdraw it. Really doesn't want to get into that 5 ball either. Got a little touch there, but it's going to be okay.
The line's perfect. You can just get behind the 11. Oh, he's overdone it again. No, just pulled up.
I thought that ball was going to keep rolling.
Yeah, I
put
did
him in a
too.
tight spot, but well, and Roberto's got a good average here of 2-minute racks, and he's going to keep that average going. 3-0 in less than 7 minutes. Another big break here. Let's see if he gets that Jeff DeLuna flare.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen ballet dancers that can't get their leg that high.
Yeah, that's he's really gone for it.
And this is an interesting layout. Everything moved up table except for the 8 ball. He's got options, and it's not terrible. Nothing's laid too bad. But I think if he really wants to take the solids, he's in a tough spot. And if he really wants to take the stripes, he's also in a tough spot.
Yeah, I feel like the stripes are just that little bit easier. But still need work. Oh, and he missed the opening ball by quite a distance as well.
He was very focused on moving that ball away from the 12, and that definitely could have impacted his ability to pocket that ball. Think about pool players being talented. Every single shot that you take for a professional level player, you're multitasking multiple things. So a great deal of concentration needed to play pool in any state. But as a pro, that level is just so high. Dan here says it's not over yet. Few balls to make. As we're just about to pass the halfway point of this match. Darren here just navigating what shot he wants to take next.
Had to be precise on that one. Didn't want to overdo it. Struggled to get onto the 9.
Solid shot there. Just a little bit of work left to do in this rack. And for anybody who's ever heard me talk pool, I never have a favorite. I always root for Hill Hill. In this case, I'm a little biased. I want to see the shootout. Big break coming here. 8 ball never moved an inch.
Not at all. Oh,
And
he's going to be dry.
No ball. That 5 ball's hanging on by a thread. And Darren's going to get another opportunity at the table here. This here could put Darren in the situation where it's Hill tons of time. I don't think this is going to a shootout. I'm not going to get what I want, but we very well could get a Hill final.
Well, it takes one tricky layout to sort of kill the clock, but you're right. Ages of time in ultimate pool terms here. Plenty for a couple of finishes.
Great shot there. This 4 ball has a little bit to be worked out. He needs a better angle here. He can see right through here to shoot the 7. That was a great shot on a ball that was otherwise pretty tricky to get on. And this 9 ball here, key ball, either close to or touching the 9 ball. Darren's going to go rail first here. He has his choice of the 4 or the 6. I feel like here you really want to take the 4 ball. Good shot there. Shoot the 1 in the corner, a little stun, and he's really in a prime position to take us to the very last rack of this final championship match. Using all of the pocket.
Yeah, maybe coming up a touch short. Looks okay.
Well, for a man who in his first match looked like maybe he took a lot of shots for granted, he has really, really played well here to make it hill.
Seems fitting, doesn't it? After the day we've had, the drama we've had, the matches we've had.
Darren Appleton is the Ultimate Pool Louisiana Open champion.